Hello. This video will cover an overview of what you'll learn during MESA's Large Assembly Management course. The main focus of the course is to understand how large assemblies and why large assemblies slow down PC performance. We'll then take a look at tools and functions inside of Inventor that allow you to minimize that impact. One scenario or one tool that we'll look at is substitutes. In versions 2021 and previous, we had levels of detail substitutes. Now in 2022, substitutes work with model states. If I open this component, you will see that it has two different model states. One that is the master that has all the components enabled, and then there's a substitute where I've simplified this design into a single part file, and that is represented here when I'm working on that substitute model state. If I go back to my top level assembly, I can go into a model state where I enable a substitute or even multiples. Each of these vessels are different subassemblies, and each of them have a substitute assigned to them. When I go into my master model state, you'll see that I have 1,486 total components. When I jump into my using substitutes model state, I jump down to 910. So I'm able to minimize the total number of components in my design, which then helps me manage the performance of my PC. We'll also look at commands like Phantom Subasseblies that help us ease the ability or ease the management of multiple different components when we're working with components that have to be shown on the bill of material as if they're placed here, but they kind of get joined together in the assembly anyway, and we can kind of leverage what they call a phantom subassembly. In this case here, I'm going to demote a couple components. I'll call this linkage. It'll warn me about some of my constraints. I can also grab these components here, this hardware, and drag them into linkage as well. So once I have that, if I look at my bill of material here, it looks like I have basically these components here, and then I have this linkage that doesn't show description because it is that subassembly there. However, I can change this linkage, the subassembly, into a phantom. Then if I look at my structured bill of material, you can see it looks like I've placed those components individually, and I get a little arrow here showing me that I promoted that, or it's shown as promoted from that linkage assembly. So I could technically then array or circular pattern that subassembly. And if I look at my bill of material, it looks as if I have placed 3 of each as opposed to just 1. All this and more is covered in MESA's Large Assembly Management course. If you'd like to sign up or like some more information, feel free to give us a call, or you can email me directly at my email address there on the screen. I'm also going to post in the description to this video a link to our course catalog and our course schedule so you can see when the next session of this course will be offered.